Donald Trump is sending the markets into an absolute panic after announcing via social media that he will be imposing massive tariffs against our top trading partners, Mexico and Canada, and that he will also be imposing massive tariffs on China. After Donald Trump made these social media posts, the Dow futures went down significantly. Just take a look at what he posted. Let's take a look at the impact of these posts. Trump says he will implement a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico on all products coming into the United States on his first day taking office. When you take a look at what he says, he goes, as everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring through Mexico and Canada, bringing crime and drugs at levels never seen before. Right now, a caravan coming from Mexico composed of thousands of people seems to be unstoppable. Pause there for a second, because I thought it was stoppable. Wasn't the media reporting that all of these caravans turned around and went the other way when they found out Donald Trump won the election? Oh, I just guess that's another lie right there. It goes on to say, on January 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States. Again, that's not how tariffs work. You're not charging them. You are imposing the tax on American companies that pass this on to consumers. That's not what a tariff is, not imposed on them. It goes on to say this tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl and all illegal aliens, stop this invasion of our country. I think about 88 to 90% of the fentanyl coming into this country comes from Americans. More on that in a little bit. Then Trump followed up with that post attacking Canada and Mexico, our top allies, by then attacking China via social media, saying that the U.S. will be charging China an additional 10% tariff above any additional tariffs on all of their many products coming into the United States. Again, you're not charging them. You're quite literally charging American corporations. So just take a look at these back-to-back posts by CNBC. So first, CNBC said, stock futures inch higher on Monday after Dow closes at another record. And they were crediting in the article Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary pick, who was a George Soros protege turned hedge fund manager. But then after Donald Trump via social media posted about tariffing Mexico, Canada, and China, now the stock futures slipped. And it goes, after Dow closes at another record. Like, all you had to do is do literally nothing and let Biden's economy roll. But no, he's incapable of doing that. So then Bill Ackman, a billionaire who's perpetually on Twitter whining and complaining, he posts the following. To be clear, according to Trump, the 25% tariffs will not be implemented, or if implemented, will be removed once Mexico and Canada stop the flow of illegal immigrants and fentanyl into the U.S. In other words, @Real Donald Trump is going to use tariffs as a weapon to achieve economic and political outcomes which are in the best interest of America, fulfilling his America First policy. As our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes, here is Bill Ackman, a billionaire friend of Donald Trump, trying to talk his other billionaire rich friends off the ledge before markets open tomorrow, after Trump announces tonight, that's when that happened last night, that he intends to impose massive tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. They'll have to make excuses for him. Well, he really didn't mean this. What he was trying to actually say was this. If you are the president of the United States and you're making irresponsible posts via social media that people have to interpret, and by the way, I read what Donald Trump posted. I see how dangerous it is. You see how dangerous it is. And it's based on a false premise to begin with, because most fentanyl that comes into the United States is coming from Americans. And 99% of consumers of the opioids are Americans as well. So this is some never-ending perpetual war that Donald Trump wants to create in order to inflict economic hardship on we the people, on you. That's what Trump and Elon Musk said. They said they want to cause economic hardship on you. Patrick Tomlinson writes, so Canada and Mexico are our largest trading partners among our closest allies as well. They will have no choice now but to level something called retaliatory tariffs on our exports to protect their own economies. So now American companies that export get screwed. American companies that import then get screwed because it's a tax on them. And now American companies that export get screwed because now they're confronting tariffs. So this just cycles out of control. As Patrick Tomlinson said, we saw a near collapse of American farming during Trump's last trade war. This is suicide. This other account, this Claire McCaskill chart updates goes, the mass economic devastation that the average farmer is about to feel in possible retaliatory tariffs won't be helped by whatever Republicans are doing with the half-baked farm bill. So then what you have to do now is say, well, we've just screwed over all of our farmers. So then what do? You then create subsidies for your own farmers, which then guess what that does? That then increases the deficit to record levels because you are, again, subsidizing industries that you are crushing by this made-up fake trade war that you are now imposing, which just screws everybody. Tristan Snell goes, a tariff is a tax. The company pays it, then passes it along. The cost as a price increase to you. Trump is now raising your taxes already 25% in January. At the Transit Guy writes, you've got to admit, a majority of the country voting for a man because the prices of goods are too high, only for him to increase prices on his first day in office, has to be regarded as one of the greatest social experiments of all time. Joe Walsh goes, beautiful. This is what you voted for, Trump voters. You wanted everything you buy to be a lot more expensive. Good job, guys. You got it. This other account here goes, look, fentanyl smuggling is ultimately funded by U.S. consumers who pay for illicit opioids, nearly 99% whom are U.S. citizens. In 2021, U.S. citizens were 86.3% of convicted fentanyl drug traffickers, 10 times greater than convictions of illegal immigrants for the same offense. And Jamel Hill pointed this out back in October, where this was being talked about during the campaign, where Trump and J.D. Vance were saying this is what they were going to do. They were scapegoating migrants. They were scapegoating Mexico and Canada. And we were telling you what was happening. Jamel Hill went, so J.D. Vance is now summoning his mother's addiction as a reason he wants to stop fentanyl entering the country illegally. Who wants to tell him that 90% of the people trafficking in fentanyl are Americans? But let's check in with the billionaires. What are they doing? Well, the co-president of the United States, Elon Musk, is posting threats. Those who break the law will be arrested. That includes mayors. Wow, so great for us to hand over our Constitution to a billionaire who bought the election. Okay. Let's see, what is Donald Trump doing right now? He's selling fake Donald Trump $2 bills for $19.95. That's what he is posting. So all of his supporters will buy fake dollar bills for $20. Now, just to remind you, this is from April of 2020. This was the last time Donald Trump was in office where the shelves were empty. Now, with Trump about to come back, watch what's going to happen very soon. Here, play this clip.
Just look at this. Unreal. This is Target. This is definitely off target, not on target. Empty.
It's time to break up with your trash can. No more stinky garbage or raccoon messes. Lomi is your clean, eco-friendly partner. With Lomi, I get to turn my food scraps into dirt with just the push of a button. It's a countertop electric composter that transforms waste into nutrient-rich dirt in less than 4 hours. I can run it while I sleep, just like my dishwasher. No more smelly trash bins, and it's so quiet I barely even notice it's on. Since getting my Lomi, I've been taking out way less garbage. I used to haul out like 3 full trash trash bags every week. Now I'm down to just one. Last night I tossed all the leftovers from dinner into Lomi, hit the button, and by morning it was nutrient-rich dirt instead of a smelly bag of trash. And what I love most is knowing how much waste I'm keeping out of landfills. Less trash means less methane, and with Lomi, I'm turning waste into dirt my plants absolutely love. It's so satisfying to know I'm doing my part for the environment without any extra effort. Getting my Lomi was one of the best decisions I made for my home. I used to feel guilty about all the food waste I was tossing, but now Lomi has completely shifted that. If you're ready to make a positive environmental impact and make cleanup a breeze, Lomi is exactly what you need. Head over to lomi.com/Meidas and use promo code Meidas to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you go to lomi.com/MEIDAS and use promo code Meidas at checkout. Say goodbye to food waste and hello to a cleaner, greener kitchen with Lomi. And with the holidays around the corner, Lomi makes the perfect gift for someone on your list.
And to remind you, retaliatory tariffs that occurred back in 2018, this is what Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau did back on June 9th, 2018. Play this clip.
It would be with regret, but it would be with absolute certainty and firmness that we move forward with retaliatory measures on July 1st, applying equivalent tariffs to the ones that the Americans have unjustly applied to us. I have made it very clear to the President that it is not something we relish doing, but it is something that we absolutely will do, because Canadians, we're polite, we're reasonable, but we also will not be pushed around.
Democratic Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky said this is what is going to, he did a reminder about what's going to happen with these tariffs. Play this clip.
That's tough. It's tough for my people. I mean, if you think about something costs $10 and a 20% tariff is put on it, people are now going to pay $12. Many people voted for Donald Trump, as we can now see from the data, because he said he was going to lower the price of things. Well, tariffs aren't going to do that. And the last time President Trump was in office, his tariffs on the EU led to a retaliatory tariff on Kentucky bourbon, which hurt the industry significantly. Could have cost us a lot of jobs if it wasn't ultimately undone by Gina Raimondo, our Commerce Cabinet Secretary. So I have some real concerns, but I hope that as they sit down and they think through this, that they are at least surgical and targeted and not what we're hearing some of all across the board. Raising prices on America right now after the promises made in this election, that really hurt people, especially with a lot of people out there hurting already.
And look, these Trumps were on TV. They were really going all in on tariffs. Tariff this, tariff that. We have to now listen to fraudy Eric Trump, who's going to destroy our economy the same way he couldn't even run his own business. Play this clip.
Tweet. You want to allow drugs to come through our southern border? We're going to tariff you. You want to allow them to come through Canada? We're going to tariff you. China, if you're going to allow this stuff to get sold in our country, largely produced in China, we're going to add another 10% to your share. We are going to cost your countries, your economies. We're going to cost your businesses billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. If you think you're going to poison Americans, it's not going to happen. You're not going to destroy our youth. You're not going to destroy our society. You're not going to destroy our families. You're not going to do it. It's going to cost you. I'm going to put an end to it. Laura, when my father sent that 20 minutes ago, I literally cheered out loud.
But what are they talking about on Fox News? Well, here is Jesse Waters right here saying that Donald Trump, well, he's just going to treat cities the way he's going to treat them women, he says. He goes, he's going to protect you whether you like it or not. He goes, here, play this clip.
Donald Trump is going to treat Denver like a woman. He's going to protect Denver whether they like it or not, Dana.
I'll leave you with this final piece of art right here. Trump learned nothing from his Chinese tariff debacle that destroyed American farms during his first term. He can expect Canada and Mexico to implement retaliatory tariffs on U.S. products. Two can and usually do play the game. Nobody ever wins in a trade war. Literally, Trump just had to do nothing. And the Fed would lower the interest rates. Trump could do nothing, and the stock market would go up. I mean, you literally have corporate media trying to cheerlead him for making a normal pick as Treasury Secretary. Oh, we should applaud him. He picked a normal person. He didn't pick a sex trafficker. Whoa. And then he ruins it by posting on social media these ridiculous posts threatening trade wars, which he's going to implement, which is going to crash the economy right now. It's ridiculous. And I don't want to hear excuses. Trump is doing this. And if you voted for him, this is what you voted for. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.